Morning guys, so here we are at Mototechniks. Got this one for the day, so let's get on it, let's go for a ride and let's see what happens. No matter what bike I ride, I don't like coming up and down this lane on it. Or if it's mine, or a demo, or press bike, or parents' bikes, Charlie's bike. I fucking hate coming up and down it. Especially when they make me stop in the sand. Be really gently coming out, fucking high side you. Rightio. So we're back on the XSR. I tell you, it is smooth. It is really nice and smooth. The only problem I've had a couple of times with a quick shifter under load, like now. So now it's done it perfectly. It's only when it's gone into third gear, just like has a hippie fit and doesn't want to go into gear. You end up using the clutch. Like I say, it's not the end of the world if you have to use the clutch. But if that is the reason people have bought these bikes, or buying a modern bike, because they want a up and down blipper, and it doesn't work all the time, it kind of lets people down, doesn't it? Quick shifters working nice now, so when I was riding it earlier, I was debating if it was literally because it's a new bike, it's all a bit tight and a bit not broken in. It's like, I picked it up, it had like 7 miles on the clock, which is bugger all. Like I say, it's going a bit nicer now. So I stick through, obviously you've got modes, so you've got street. Oh, it don't let you change on the move. Ah, alright. So you have to change when you stop. That's a bit of a shame. I wonder if it's a shut the throttle one down. Oh yeah, so shut the throttle down. And then it will change your setting. Makes it a bit better. I have ridden bikes where you fully have to pull over and change your setting that way. That's just a faff. Like, you don't want to be going down a bouncy bit of road and want a bit more softer suspension, or it suddenly starts raining and you have to pull over to put your bike in rain mode. It's a faff, isn't it? So, but it's alright, this one is just to shut the throttle down and then you can change the mode. Okay, sport now, so I'm going to be a bit more wary on this road just because I have just stone chipped it a few weeks ago. It has seemed to have settled, or they've swept it, but I'm still not taking the piss because there's still stuff in the middle like that I'm a bit wary of. What is that? That might be a Ferrari actually, I can't work work it out. That's a Merc, isn't it? It's both Mercs. Yeah, it's a Merc. G8 Bell. What a weird number plate. I have a suspicion he's not going to be. Oh my God, there's stuns there. I don't think he's going to be a fun person. He's probably more. Yeah, see, he's anxious. I'm going up and down the gears, but I don't think I need to. I think it would do it in. I reckon it'd even do it in 40 now. It's quite a smooth box. It's a corner, mate. You don't need to indicate. Definitely slightly anxious driver. Never mind. Like I said earlier, the seat position isn't bad on this. It's not as aggressive as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be really quite aggressive. I did expect the handlebars to be lower. But it's quite comfy actually. I could do a long journey on it. My wrist's hurting, but that's because I've got new gloves on and they're not really broken in. My legs and everything fine. Like you, most of you know, the people that follow me, I'm only 5'1", so don't really have problems with being cramped up on bikes, being so little. It's not uncomfortable at all. And I've just had my mum, the photographer, taking loads of photos and stuff on it. And I hadn't really paid much attention to the mirrors when I was riding them. I thought they were nice because they're really stable. There's no vibe from them. They're nice and big. You can see clearly behind you. But in the pictures, they just look a bit wank. Like it's a bit of a letdown of how the mirrors look. Probably change them to smaller, nicer ones if you wanted to. It just depends on what sort of things people are after. But riding along, they're superb. They do the job perfectly. Nice and clear and whatnot, but in the pictures, they don't look as nice. I wonder if Mr. Merckman is aware that there's a speed trap down here earlier. Luckily for him, the speed trap's gone. The fake camera's there, and he's not falling for that. They're all fucking day if you do that, mate. Nice false neutral there going on. It does handle well. You can feel that it wants to tip into corners. To have that, the MT09, so it just lacks a little bit of front end feel. This one's got a nasty lump in it. What about now? There you go. There it is. I'm in 6 doing the speed. and it's revving like it needs another gear. I went to go give it another gear, and obviously I'm already in 6. Shit in the road. It does kick in quite nicely. Don't feel like you have to fight it at all, which is nice. So I'm not going mad on it because it's literally got 48 miles on the clock. And I know people do that with demonstrators. That's what they're there for. You want to see what the bike does, whether it's running in miles or not. People want to know what that bike will do, but it's not mine, and I'm not going to keep it, whatnot. But I still want to give it a little bit of respect. I don't want the next person to get on it that might possibly buy one because it's a demonstrator and it runs like shit. Because I've actually ragged the crap out of it, so I am being gentle, I'm being nice to it. Just caught a glimpse of myself in the little roadside mirror. It looks an awesome bike, it really does. I understand it's not going to be to everyone's taste, but I like it. I love the old retro look. And the old RD vibe. Because no matter what age of biking you are, whether you're on a 50cc at 16 now or you're on a Moto Guzzi and 70 years old now, everyone knows and talks about and thinks a Yamaha RD 500. Oh, I'd love to ride one of those. That'd be awesome, I think. Even like the little 350, I'd be alright with, you know.
So here we are with the XSR900-GP. Just pulled over, took some nice photos, courtesy of my mum, the photographer. Just a quick thank you for Mototechniks for letting me have the bike for the day. Obviously Yamaha for allowing it to happen as well. So what do I think of it? First up, it is a really, really nice bike. I love the look of it. It's not going to be to everyone's cup of tea, but it is what it is. I really like the look. The only thing that I think is it really does need the belly pad. It currently looks like it's being worked on. It's an old bike being worked on in the garage. You want to make sure it runs, so you do a couple of up and downs the road and on it just to make sure before you put it all back together. That's what it looks like to me. You can buy a belly pan. They told me this morning it is £600. In my eyes that's a lot of money, but for a fare in the size of the belly pan I suppose it's quite cheap for what it actually is. It handles really well. It handles better than the MT-09 did. It tips in nicer, you get more front end feel from it. It's not lacking in any way. Yeah, it is a nice bike, and it's better than the MT-09 if you can deal with the seating position. It's the one I'd choose out of the two. It's not an aggressive seating position. The bars are higher than I was expecting them to be. I was expecting them to be a bit lower down, a bit more sports bike. It's not, so it's not uncomfortable, doesn't give you backache, doesn't give you shoulder ache, your wrists and that lot are all fine with it. Yeah. What do you think of it? Got honest? There is a black and grey one also available. That's also at Technics, up for sale. This is their demonstrator, but the black and grey one is up for sale. That also looks really nice. but for me personally I prefer these colours. It gives me the whole retro vibe, like the old RDs and back of the days where the FZs and stuff were about. So yeah, I think it's going to be a hit with people once they get out and ride them. It's a new but old bike. It's got all the aids, superb engine, ABS, the traction control, everything you need, the up and down flipper and shifter, but with the classic look, and I think it works really well with it. It has got a few niggly points. I found when I was going along under quite a bit of throttle, if you shift up it doesn't want to shift into third, but if you back off a little bit it will then shift in. If not, you just have to use the clutch. It's not the end of the world, but quick shifter seems to be a little temperamental, the same as the down flipper, that's temperamental as well. That's the only bad thing. I wouldn't say it's bad, it's not the end of the world, you've got a clutch, use it. But if you're going from a bike because you want an up and down shifter, it might need tweaking. It might be because the bike is literally brand new. When I picked it up, I'd only done 7 miles on the clock. So it is still running in, but I don't think that's going to improve with the amount of miles that we put on it. So, but yeah, let's carry on riding.
So obviously it's the first time we're using this Insta360 Ace Pro and connecting it to my headset with the mic. So I'm hoping that it actually comes out alright and it's not all fluffy and weird sounding. They're dogging. See, like then, I tried to shift up again, and it doesn't want to know, until now. I've gone for a massive swarm of bugs. I bet that's all over my camera now. It's going to destroy the footage. He's down flipping nicely. Tips in even better. Just has a hiccup with a couple of the shifting. It might be my little feet and I'm not manning it enough. So I always ride with like the balls of my feet on the peg. So I have to move them forward to change gear and brake, for instance. But it seems like I'm moving them even further on this bike than I would any normal bike, or any bike I normally ride. Every time I take off there. Out of the two, I have to say I prefer this to the MT09. Now that is really going to... Why would you open your door? You fucking Norbert. There's a car coming, so I'm going to open my bloody door. Yeah, like I say, it's going to be a personal thing with people. The MT09 is more upright, it's a bit more hoony, it's a bit more fun. I wouldn't even say fun, this is quite hoony. See, quick shift didn't work again then. It's made me grin from ear to ear, but the seat position might put people off. I don't know. Now, I do everything in my power to avoid going up a bypass. I bloody hate it. It winds me up. It's boring and dull. Try not to stall the bike. Boring and dull. Don't know what I think of that quick shifter. Yeah, it's boring and dull. No fun. So, But I know some people do it as part of their commute. There's not a lot they can do. They can't avoid bypasses. So I thought I'd come down this little stretch instead of going through Needham Market, just to see how it is on the bypass. It's not as windy as I was expecting it to be, because I'm still above that screen. It's not 100% diverting above my head, and I'm only little, but it's not as windy as I thought. I've got a little bit of buffering right now because I'm stuck behind a bus. A little bit of buffering there. Yeah, bypass, just like anything else. Well, they all braking. Oh, I thought they were braking for a speed trap. So, yeah, just like anything else. Very smooth. I'll give it that. It is nice and smooth. Not buffety, not windy. Obviously, there's a little bit of wind. You get that with any bike that you're on, but it's not like a naked bike wind. So, that's fine. Oh, shit. Car driver's probably like, what the fuck, why are they beeping at me? So if I am still recording, we'll say that the indicator is nice and close to the horn. Oh, there we have it. We're back at Mototechniks. There she is. Told you I went for a massive swarm of bugs.